Let's explore a little economics. It's hot and sunny when Luke wakes up on Saturday morning. Luke lives in Florida. His family owns an orange grove called Sunshine Citrus. They grow the sweetest, juiciest oranges Luke has ever tasted. As he walks into the kitchen, his mom asks him,
"What do you want for breakfast?"
Luke has been thinking about the perfect breakfast since he woke up.
Pancakes, syrup, and orange juice.
We can have pancakes and orange juice, but not syrup.
It is cold and there's frost on the windows when Jacqueline wakes up on Saturday morning. Jacqueline lives in Canada. Her family owns a farm called Maple Valley Syrup. Their maple trees make the sweetest, stickiest syrup Jacqueline has ever tasted. As she walks into the kitchen, her mother asks her,
"What do you want for breakfast?"
Jacqueline has been thinking about the perfect breakfast since she woke up.
Pancake syrup and orange juice, please.
We can have pancakes and syrup, but not orange juice.
Why not?
We don't have any orange juice.
Can't we make orange juice? We make maple syrup from our maple trees. We tap our trees, collect the sap, and boil it to make syrup. Why can't we pick oranges and make orange juice?
Her mom tells her that it's too cold in Canada for orange trees to grow.
They grow in warmer places like Florida.
Jacqueline is sad that she can't have orange juice with her breakfast. Then her mom has an idea.
Your grandfather's going to travel to Florida with some maple syrup to sell at the farmer's market. He will sell the syrup and bring back some oranges from Florida so we can make juice.
Jacqueline likes this idea very much.
But I really want syrup.
We don't have any.
Can't we make syrup like we make orange juice from orange trees? We pick oranges from our trees and squeeze them and make juice. Why can't we make maple syrup?
His mom tells him that it is too warm in Florida for maple trees to produce syrup.
They grow in colder places like Canada.
Luke's mom tells him that maybe when he goes to the farmer's market to sell oranges, he could buy some maple syrup. Luke thinks that's a great idea. It takes a long time to drive from Canada to Florida. But when Grandfather arrives at the farmer's market, he sets up his tent to sell maple syrup. Grandfather takes some money he has made from selling maple syrup and walks over to buy some oranges from Sunshine Citrus.
"I'd like to buy some oranges, please."
Luke hands Grandfather the oranges, and Grandfather hands Luke money to pay for the oranges.
"Thank you. My granddaughter Jacqueline is going to be so happy when I bring her these oranges."
You are welcome.
Later that day, after Luke has sold most of his oranges, he takes some money he has earned from selling oranges and walks over to the Maple Valley Syrup tent. When he sees Grandfather, he smiles.
I remember you from earlier today. You bought some oranges from me.
I did.
I would like to buy some syrup from you.
Luke gives Grandfather money, and Grandfather gives Luke some syrup.
Thank you. I know just what I will do with this syrup.
At the end of the day, Grandfather had sold all of his syrup. He packed up the oranges he bought from Luke and put them in the back of his truck. Then he started the long drive back to Canada. Luke had worked all day to sell his oranges. He helped his dad pack up their table and tent. Then he put his maple syrup in the basket of his bicycle and rode home as fast as he could. The next morning, Luke was so excited as he ran into the kitchen. He could smell the pancakes his mom was making. As Luke and his mom sat down to eat breakfast, Luke told his mom all about his day at the farmer's market.
First, I sold some oranges. Then with the money that I got from selling the oranges, traded for some maple syrup. I am so happy I traded because now I get to have orange juice and maple syrup with my pancakes. The perfect breakfast.
Jacqueline had been waiting for her grandfather to come back from Florida. When she saw his truck coming down the road, she was so excited she jumped up and down. When Grandfather got to the house, he handed her the oranges, and she ran inside to the kitchen. Jacqueline and her mom cut the oranges and squeezed them to make juice. Jacqueline and her mom squeezed and squeezed until the whole pitcher was full of sweet orange juice. When Jacqueline's brother Daniel came into the kitchen for breakfast, the pancakes were already on the table. As he sat down, Jacqueline said,
"Look, We even have orange juice to go with our pancakes and syrup.
Wow! How do we get this orange juice?
Jacqueline told her brother how grandfather had loaded up the truck with maple syrup from their trees and then traveled all the way to Florida to sell the syrup at the farmer's market.
Then he took some of the money from selling syrup and traded for some oranges. He drove all the way home with oranges. Then Mom and I squeezed the oranges to make juice. This is the best morning ever because I get to have orange juice with my pancakes and syrup.
Well, I agree.
I agree, her brother said, but it was hard to tell what he said because his mouth was full of pancakes.